To start off, the press conference and things is that, and I'll talk very shortly about last week and then move forward. But you know, we've done a lot of things Sunday with the players and talked to them quite a bit, and worked through some things, and seen from an offensive standpoint, what they felt they were struggling with and why we, didn't play, very good up front in some areas. And it was interesting on some of the things that the kids said, and it was good. And so we got a lot done, a lot more done on Sunday than we normally do. And right now I think we're in the process of, from an offensive line standpoint, trying to figure out, with John Christian being out and then Joe Borkland having, Joe can only practice about 1 day a week because of his knee. And so, we're trying to figure out who we can have as somebody to take the load off him. And young freshmen that are being redshirted have been working other areas, they're not quite ready. So we spent a lot of time talking about personnel and things we're going to have to do. So, when you're struggling, you don't add things, you simplify things as much as you can with your guys. And so that's kind of where we are from there. We understand that the kids are struggling. I think the biggest thing we have to do, they've been beat down pretty good, and so our job is we got to get them feeling good, because I always say, if you don't feel good, you're not going to play good. And so from a psychological deal, we got to get them feeling good, and to get them to feel good, they got to have a little bit of success. And so that's our job. And I basically said that after or during the press conference after the game, which is always hard to do when you're 5 minutes here and you walk in. But basically, I'm not going to throw kids under the bus, because we're not a pro team, and I've never thrown kids under the bus, and I won't. I make $2 million or $2.5 million, and they get books and tuition and fees. So I'd say the guy that's making the money is the one that needs to get better, and our coaches got to do a better job. So we've communicated and with the players, and I just was listening to Kirk Ferentz talk about, back when he got the job, when they went to the Rose Bowl and so forth, offensively, they weren't very good. They were great on defense and special teams, and he said we just didn't turn the ball over, and we're smart. And so, there's things you got to do to adjust, and, that's what we're working on, and all you can do is go work hard. So that's where we're at. So with that, any questions?
Coach, it sounded like that comment from Ferenz made you feel a little bit better about what's going on here?
Oh, I don't know if it made you feel better. I still think you win on defense and special teams, and you don't turn over the football, and you got a chance to win. And, he talked about some of the, the most success stories at Iowa was when they were really good on defense and didn't turn over the ball. He said, I think his first year there, they couldn't run the ball at all. And a lot of people talk about, quarterbacks and all that stuff right now, but truly our issue is not running the football as good as we've run the football. I mean, and we got good backs, and they can carry the rock, but we got to do better up front, and we got to find a way to stay healthy. But at the same time, those are excuses. We got to get it done. That's our job. So, I mean, it drives, Matt. Matt's a proud guy. I mean, it's hard, but we got to get it done, and got to see what we can do up front to make things a little bit simpler, and move forward, and take care of the football better and be smarter.
Coach, when you win a game scoring 10 points, is it like, in a way, a negative associated with it?
No, I just, if you take anybody that, you talk to guys in the NFL, it don't matter how you win, as long as you win. That's the thing that, I don't know. You win 13-7. You watch Ohio State won. Everybody's talking about Ohio State, all the problems they got. They won. They beat Northern Illinois, and they only scored 13 offensive points, but they still won. Everybody wants to pull them off number one because they didn't score enough points. I mean, to me, until you lose, You know, why should you drop? You know, the game's about winning and losing, and you know, we're 2-1, and really had a chance to be 3-0 if we don't turn over the football. So it really goes back to not turning over the football for us, and be able to run the ball better. You know, because that helps us with pass protection and things of that nature. I mean, we've been hitting the back way too damn many times, you know, pass protection. So we just got to get better. That's it. But I can tell you this: if we win 3-0, and we beat Ohio, and then we go and play Michigan on Halloween night, and we win 6-0, I don't think anybody's going to care. Certainly if it's Michigan. So, I mean, at the end of the day, just win. Just win.
Do you solve your offensive line issues in 1 week, or is that going to be a gradual process?
We're going to try. Yeah, we're going to try. We're going to do the best we can. We got a lot of work to do, and listen to the kids. You know, some of our kids talk to us and about different things we can do. I'm not one that goes and, you know, you can't blame the kids or the players all the time. You know, you got to look at what you have, and you got to communicate. It's like I've coached for 32 years, and I know a lot of different football stuff. They don't know all that stuff, you know, so we may be putting stuff up there on that board that they can't do. We need to find out what they can do. So the only way you find that out is talk with them. And so, yes, I think is it going to just snap your fingers? No. But I think we can do some things to help that matter. Well, some of that, and do a better job, you know, do a better job of, you know, for instance, Coach Salvell, okay? We get done with practice and has a 10-minute period, and, you know, he does make sure that, you know, all the checks in the secondary. We probably got to do more of that on the offensive side of the ball. You know, it don't have to be sprinting and beating the hell out of somebody. You know, it can be, hey, okay, they're running the truck blitz, pick it up, and so forth. We got to do more. If we're doing it, but evidently we need to do more. And the kids said that helps them, so if that helps them, we're going to do it more. You know, the players or the kids on offense, they're willing to do anything. I mean, they're you know, they don't want. No, let's put it this way: how many of you have children out there? All right, if you tell them they're not worth a damn or not worth anything and they're bad all the time, you gonna like that? You want somebody to tell your kid, hey, you're terrible, you're terrible, you're terrible. For long, the kid's gonna think he's terrible. Is that correct? All the ones that raise their hand have kids? If you got a kid and you're telling him every day he's terrible. You're a bad kid, you're a bad kid. You can't play, you can't play. For long, they don't think they can play. So it's no different than a football team. So my job as a head coach, I got to get them to understand, hey, we're going to be all right. Calm down here a little bit. You know, we'll be fine. If I remember right, Western Illinois, we didn't play very good. What was it, a couple years ago? I mean, you know, we've seen a couple against Colorado State. We've seen a whole different defense. And against Kent State, they didn't play us like they played Illinois. And so, you know, but that's, again, it's all excuses. We have to find out what we can do to get things fixed as quickly as possible. And it's not nothing's ever easy, but I think we can certainly improve, you know, this week. I really do. I'm looking forward to it because, you know, controversy sometimes makes you better. You know, I've had a lot of that in my life and kids, and makes them mentally tougher. It's like I told them, I said, hey guys, if you think this is tough, wait till you get into real life. This will prepare you. That's what football really is. You get pounded and you get pounded, and then you're going to have that in the whole life. So I've tried to swing it that way. You know, football is part of training you for life, but we have to. We got to get them better as quick as we can.
Jerry, are you satisfied with the balance between hurry-up offense and huddle offense?
Well, no, and you know, I get questioned all the time about that. As I've said before, we'd like to be no different than you know, a lot of the pro teams, to where if they're struggling with tempo, then you know, pick it up and adjust from there if we need to. The problem is with that right now, when you're short up front and offensive line, you try to do too much of that, then all of a sudden your offensive line's tired and so forth. So we're gonna have to play. It's really gonna come down to we're gonna make some mistakes up there, but right now, and we're gonna have to, Tyler Moore, for instance, he's backup center right now. We may have to play him somewhere else. He may have to learn 2 positions. Do I want to do that with the freshman? No, but I ain't got no choice. So those are, and you get a little deeper, maybe you can do more of that. But so.
Coach, besides the post-practice mental reps that they mentioned were helpful to them, what other feedback did the players give you about?
Yeah, I'd rather not go into all that. I mean, I've already said something that a lot of things, just even things that weren't football related, playing tight, being unsure, things of that nature. Well, then I ask them why. Why are you doing that? So we just talk. It's kind of like talking to your kid. You got to figure out why he's struggling in math, so you just talk to him. What are we going to do to fix it? And we got to work together to fix it, not, it's not a time in and come in and say, you're terrible. And did I say, I will say this, is I said all the things I felt that you've talked to me about, I said, I agree with you. I said, I said, it's great. I said, we should have done this. I said, I feel great about it. But I said, there is one thing I'll tell you that I'm right on, is that I said, we're supposed to be a tough, physical team. And I said, that's a little bit what I'm disappointed. Even if you make a mistake, go make it hard. Don't, and so, but there's a time to yell at somebody and there's time to teach. And right now is the time to teach. They feel bad enough as it is. They know they played not very good.
Jerry, how much did, it's a 10-7 game, and, how much did that shrink your playbook, like in the running play on 3rd down, and just like in terms of fans are like, why aren't they going for it here? But you needed to play to get out of there with a win at that point.
Yeah, all I can do is our staff, we always go back and evaluate it, and I think we did exactly what we needed to do to win the game. And there's always opinions and so forth on what you do, but, at the point in time, I talked to Archie Manning, I don't know what it was, a week ago after that game. Dallas, wasn't it Dallas, when they were playing Giants, and they decided to throw the ball instead of run it, and then there was 25, 30 seconds went off the clock. Same thing down there. If we'd have thrown the ball, all right, then the clock, and it's incomplete, we don't get the first down, then then they got more time. We're playing really good defense at the time, so why do that? Run the ball, take the clock down, because they didn't have any timeouts. We felt that was the right thing to do. The only thing you could have done is took a penalty and pooch kicked it at the end of the game, try to get down to make them go farther. But I think we all have so much confidence in our kicker, we thought, we'll stick it in there and so forth. But those are things you could question me on, is, hey, should you have punted it or kicked it? So in retrospect, we'd missed the field goal, so we should have took the penalty and punted it and make them go 85, 90 yards. Pete had a great day. Our punter had a great day. And that special teams thing can help us out a lot until we get going. But nobody's pushed the, we just gotta execute and get better. I mean, that's what we got to do. And our kids know it. That's the good thing. And they're embarrassed by it. So if they thought it was something else, but they know. And so we'll get it fixed. But again, I'm never going to apologize for a win. I felt like I was apologizing for a win. And I don't, like I told our kids, you never apologize for winning, baby. It don't matter. If it's 1 point, who cares? So, any other questions?
Jerry, just do you think that, there was a time in this program, maybe even before you got here, that any win was celebrated and it was, everyone felt really good no matter what happened on the field. But do you feel like there's at least some progress, that maybe the expectation is a little bit higher for games against Kent State?
Listen, is that this is the best problem you'd ever have in some aspects. You know, that doesn't bother me at all. I mean, as you do better, and you want to continue to do better, you know, I'd rather have somebody care than not care. You know, somebody said something about getting booed, and you know, I didn't know we were getting booed. I got the headsets on, and somebody asked me that question in the press conference. I said, hey, I mean, you know, they can boo me all they want. You know, they pay a ticket. The way I look at it, they pay a ticket. They can boo. I mean, hell, I'd have booed. You know, I mean, not booed. I might have been screaming and yelling. You know, I mean, my wife asked me the same question after the press conference. She said, well, you didn't play very good on offense. You know, so I mean, you know what I mean? It's I understand all that. I think that's good. I mean, that's a better problem than nobody showing up for the game. You know, so I'm okay with that. You know, there's nothing I'm not okay with. The only thing during the press conference after the game, I kept getting asked about specific players, and I'm not going to throw a player under the bus. I'm just not going to. I mean, I don't. That's the coach. You know, everybody wants to talk about the quarterback. Well, it's my fault. You know, I got to do a better job coaching him, or I got to play something, whatever. But that's you know. But there's, you know, we got other issues besides one person. Or they ask me about the offensive line. Hey, this guy didn't play very well. No, coach got to do a better job coaching him. That's just who I am. When I keep getting pounded about it, I just reacted. So it wasn't anything personal to anybody or anything. You know, I've fired myself a lot of times. Should have been on Saturday. We didn't play very well. You know, if I was the AD, I'd been in the office wanting to know what the hell we didn't move the ball better. Then I told the AD, hell, we won. Thanks, I appreciate it.